Hey friends, welcome to Woman-Owned Wallet, the podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Dare, a serial entrepreneur who has already made all of the money mistakes, so you don't have to. Now I'm working on my money mindset, expanding my companies, and having open conversations with women around a subject that shouldn't be so taboo, money. My company, Woman-Owned Wallet, and I are determined to help you foster a more positive relationship with your wallet and help you create a life that makes you say, wow. Hey, moneymakers, welcome back to another episode of Woman-Owned Wallet, the podcast. Amanda Dare here, and I'm sitting across from someone who's probably become my trauma-bonded sister at this point. We just had the most beautiful pre-podcast recording conversation, and I promise we'll bring you into some of those vibes. We'll get the hot goss for you. No worries there. But Chonice, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! Okay, y'all. So she owns an amazing business called Elevated Impact. What a freaking name for a business. I do feel like it could mean a lot of things, which is also wonderful. Kind of like Woman-Owned Wallet can mean a lot of things. Who knows? But tell us a little bit about it. Give us some of the good vibes of getting started with Elevated Impact.
So Elevated Impact started as Empowering You originally, and that all came about because I was in a space where I was tired of giving my all to everyone else, and I wanted to focus on myself.
Oh, haven't we all felt that way? Love it.
So I decided to do something extremely random, and I entered into an international pageant competition, right?
Did it?
I loved it because this competition, this pageant in particular, MVP, Miss Voluptuous Pageants, it was very aligned with who I was wanting to be as a person because I felt like I wasn't in that space. And when I competed, you have to have a platform. You have to stand for something. You have to be an advocate for something. And mental health has always been extremely important to me. I don't come from a space where mental health was a common topic in my home. So I wanted that to be a very instrumental part of my life as an adult.
Who can relate, y'all? Me.
Everybody.
Every millennial ever.
So I entered into this pageant system. I won the title, the international title.
Hold on. Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
First one.
And I was prepared to go in and just really showcase who I was. I wasn't necessarily in a space like, hey, I'm going to go here so I can take home the title. I was just, you know what? I'm happy with where I'm at. Whatever happens, happens.
Try it out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to expand, the world around you, and you were doing that.
Yes.
See what you can do. Spread those wings.
Yes. And honestly, that's exactly what it did. It made me spread my wings tenfold. And after that, Empowering You, it's funny because when I tried to register Empowering You as a business, I was operating without registering it for a while because I didn't know the ins and outs of things.
Right.
And then
we all do.
Right. And then when I went to go register it, someone took the name 2 days before.
2 days?
2 days, Amanda. Before I went.
Sorry, I'm playing with my sounds. 2 days.
2 days.
Was it empowering with the letter U or YOU?
YOU. It was
YOU.
Exactly how I
and
had
they did
it.
that.
And they took it. I felt that I was coming into a space where I was being a little bit more visible. I was a little bit more out there in the community, and some people were liking some things that I did, and they decided to take that.
Do you think it was deliberate?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you know who did it?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know who
better
did
and worse. I'm like, whose house are we toilet papering? I'm just kidding.
But every time I have things like that happen, I like to take it as, you know what, this is redirection. This isn't the end. So I remember brainstorming for 3 hours all night long, actually. I think it was till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I finally landed on Elevated Impact. And it resonated with me because, like you said, it's all encompassing. What does that even mean? Right?
In the best way.
Yeah.
Because we're entrepreneurs. You're going to want to vibe and see what happens when you have your business, when you got going on, and you want to be able to move within it to where you don't have to change the name, but you can offer different services or products or whatever. So I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly what I was thinking.
Smart.
And I offer a variety of things. So the main thing that I do, I'm a nervous system coach. So what that means is that I kind of just help you get through all of those barriers, blockers, different traits that you have that are impacting you in whatever area of success you're trying to reach. So that could be if you are someone that is looking to reach executive level, if you're an entrepreneur, or you just kind of want to learn how to be at peace with yourself.
Right.
And be happy in this life, in whatever capacity that looks like for you. So outside of that, I also do group workshops, and I hosted a retreat a couple of years ago in Nashville. It was awesome. It was so much fun. But that is pretty much the gist of it. And then Elevated just offers so many different things. But my purpose is very in alignment with who I am as a person. I want people to feel heard and feel seen.
Yeah.
I want them to know that they're not alone. I want them to know that, hey, she went through it too, but she was able to overcome it. Now let me teach you how to do it.
Don't you feel like the safest world we can live in is one where people feel seen and heard? Like the way that crime would just whip down to the bottom. Like the way that if we engaged with it as a safety tactic would be so, I think, just beautifully rewarding in so many ways. But I just don't feel like that's what the capitalist society, they want to have people in this hierarchy at the bottom so that they can exploit them. And by keeping us isolated or divided or not knowing ourselves, that keeps us kind of as a cog in the wheel.
Absolutely. If we came from a world where mental health and being seen and heard, those things were priority, imagine what society would look like. Imagine the capabilities. Imagine the things that people do, positive and negative, simply because they feel unwanted, unloved, uncared for, all of those things, And imagine if they had that consistently. That's why I love connecting with women like you, because you're creating that space and you're allowing people from so many different walks of life to come together and just kind of, hey, this is what I have going on, that's what I have going on, and collaborate with each other and bounce ideas off of each other and just be in a safe, comfortable space. You can show up authentically, 1,000% yourself. And that is so very important.
Well, thank you. I was telling her I was trying earlier, and she was like, trying? Take that out of your vocabulary right now. Like, you're so right. And then I was like, are we going to have a coaching session? Because I'm going through shit right now. Like, what's happening? We're going to coach each other. It'll be fine. Yeah, I was just thinking like at like Woman-Owned Wednesdays or any of the WOW community kind of events, there would not be someone that took your name 2 days before you wanted to register it. Like that's just not a thing that would register in anyone's mind to do and that's what I found, like being an entrepreneur since I was 20, I felt so much of like competition and so much stuff where I was like, oh, I'm the youngest one, so I'm on the bottom. So I'm going to be the one paying my dues or being taken advantage of like right now. And that's something I still sometimes feel that I'm within. I'm like, oh, well, I'll put myself on the back burner because I'm just like paying my dues, which is a way that I just feel like people utilize that wording for a lot of negative purposes sometimes. Like they can really overextend someone because they're trying to prove themselves in some way. I'm like, actually, I have proved myself like over and over. So I have this thing in my house. I told my therapist about it on Monday and she liked it. So I was like, yeah, thanks, therapist. But I have this thing in my house. I call it the evidence locker because I do love me some true crime. I'm like, if it's true, here's all my crimes. So, how like serial killers have like mementos. It's not.
Are you saying you're a serial killer, Amanda?
This is where it all comes together. This is your jumping off point. You met a serial killer on a podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Legal reasons. No, I've never. I literally couldn't. I'm too much of a lover.
Literally. Meet her for 5 minutes. Never happening.
No, I can't. But I do love the idea that women are really validated through listening to true crime because typically it is a lot of crimes against women where they weren't believed or there's a lot to learn. Yeah. That's all I really mean. But my little evidence locker is something that helps me build my confidence back up, or something when I'm like, if I am feeling some imposter syndrome or forgetting who the fuck I am, like I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, there's an award. There's a book that I wrote. There's a piggy bank, which is like my mascot for a while. There's all these little fun things that are kind of parts of my story that mean a lot to me. And in a way, we were talking about celebrating earlier. In a way, that is how I celebrate, but it's also kind of just brings me back, you know? But adding something, I mean, I even have some like Barbie doll stuff up there that I'm obsessed with. And I'm like, she's cute. I have these like glasses that are pink from the Barbie movie that came out. Just like, it's just my evidence to say, you got this.
This is who I am.
This is who I am.
This is who I am. This is what I'm doing.
I am seen. I am heard. And if I don't feel that way from external sources, I have provided my evidence locker of that truth to myself.
Oh, everybody needs an evidence locker.
Let's get an evidence locker going. Like, of just like, it's literally all true. Yeah. And I can't look at it and not know that, because I look at it and I remember exactly when I got something, or exactly when that award happened, or I was on the cover of a magazine recently, like last month, and it's up there, and I'm like, wait, what? And it was so beautiful to like just be like, no, it really did happen, because there's so much of we were chatting too. Here's all the things we said
before we started recording
that were so good that I just want to repeat them, because I think everybody should hear them. But just like I forgot where I was going with that. ADHD.
Uh-oh.
It's all good.
I did too. I have it as well. So
see?
Uh-oh.
That's it.
That's a really big challenge being an entrepreneur too.
Yeah.
And trying to find ways to work around that so that you don't get lost in everything that's going on in your brain.
Yeah. Because we always have so many tabs open and so much to do. And I think that's probably where I was going with that. It's just like anytime you're like feeling stressed or something, you go back to that place and you're like, it is true. It did happen. Oh, so many of my feelings in my life were from not being seen or heard by someone that I cared about or whatever. So for me, feeling even with the medical system, like I have been going through trying to discover that I have endometriosis and trying to discover what that means. But I was misdiagnosed, not listened to, told I was crazy. The amount of gaslighting that's been through my life as a woman, as a person, as an eldest daughter, there's so much shit there that I'm just like, okay, these things are true, and I need to be able to bring myself back to reality when sometimes I'm telling myself a story that I'm not, that put together, that I'm not that cool, or that I haven't done anything, or whatever BS that I've heard from somewhere else, that comes in and becomes a story I'm telling myself. I need the evidence to prove that it's wrong.
Bring you back to Amanda.
Yeah.
Right? Bring you back to Amanda. So whenever you do look at that evidence locker, what does it feel like?
Oh, she's coaching me. I like it.
I'm not me if I don't get a little bit of coaching in there.
Because that's me too. And that's why I think we should be friends forever.
And we should definitely be friends forever.
Okay. Pinky promise.
I take pinky promises very serious.
I was about to tell you, you better not be pinky promising me if you don't. All right, here we go. Yay. Okay, you guys, we're besties. Well, and we both walked in, we're like, I hate small talk. Like, who hurt you? What's happening?
Let's get down to business.
I just feel validation, and I feel like it almost gives me this visualization of like puzzle pieces coming back together in a way of like, when I feel like I'm doing a lot and it's all like really scattered, and then it kind of comes back together, and I'm like, okay, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true. And I have to remind myself, because, going through so much gaslighting, I thought I was lying. I was like, no, this pain must not be real. This is just a normal period, or this situation I'm in must be my fault, or whatever it was. And I just have to bring myself back to a place that it's real, it did happen, and you're not lying about something positive. And in a way, that is kind of the celebration of like bringing it back to me. And then from there, I can go, I don't know, paint something, but that kind of catalyst to go do more fun stuff, more creative things.
Yeah.
I bedazzle a bunch. I make a lot of friendship bracelets. Did you pick one up yesterday?
I didn't.
I got them for you.
Okay, yeah.
There's one that says BFF on it.
Okay, so that's mine. Thank you.
It's yours. It's in my bag. I'll get it to you. But yeah, we were at Woman on Wednesday yesterday together. So I was like, I brought some. But yeah, I'm just always I like to do stuff. I'm a doer. I'm a maker. So always like catalysts me back to a little bit more of feeling calm enough in myself that a creative expression can happen. So it's almost like a ramp, that leads me to something.
It realigns you.
Fun.
Right? Realigns you. But I have a question though, right?
Oh gosh,
because these things are great that we have these.
Do it.
We have all of these exterior things, but let's say one day you don't have the ability to get to your locker.
Yeah.
What happens then?
I just visualize my locker.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's a good point. But I can see it like it's in this room.
Yeah.
So I do have kind of a weird, beautiful, intense, visionary part of me where I can be somewhere and see something else around me. So like in my mind, it's on this wall right here because it looks like my wall. So I just kind of put it into the space where I am.
That's actually perfect because that's the most important part about any form of success, right?
She called me perfect.
Right?
She called me perfect. But yeah.
To be able to visualize.
Yeah, the visualization.
To be able to see yourself in a capacity that maybe you typically wouldn't, or in a capacity that you want to be in, to be able to truly have that full faith. You know that evidence locker, you can't get your eyes on it right here, right now, but you know it's there.
I know it's there.
You know it's in you. You know that you've done those things. So realistically, do you really need that evidence locker?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But
It's a great
reminder. It was like
reminder.
shoved into a drawer, and I was like, that's not celebrating.
No,
things,
absolutely.
you know?
Please celebrate yourself. Put all of the awards out and make sure you show everybody in your house that comes over your evidence locker. But I say all of that to say it's all internal.
Yeah.
It's all internal. And as soon as we have the capacity to recognize that and to find our power here in our minds first, then everything else is just like snowball effect. And that was the game changer for me because I came from a household where I wasn't seen unless I was producing.
Yeah, same.
If I wasn't doing something great, I didn't matter. So I thought that was evident as an adult. So I did all of the things. I produced and I got burnt out, and I had to learn my value just by simply doing nothing.
Because I think even the idea of being seen is the idea of being loved. The idea of being heard and seen, maybe not fully understood, but being willing to have openness to receive someone for what they say and who they are.
Yes.
You know, it's people around you being open to receiving it, and then finding enough of those people that you're like, oh, I've been talking to the wrong people. And you kind of have to have that chosen community.
Isn't that like a light bulb though? When you realize that you're not the problem and you were just surrounded by the wrong people.
Yeah. It's a beautiful moment.
You get around them and you're like, oh my God, I'm kind of the shit.
I was around like light bulbs and I needed to be around fireflies.
Literally,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like my light's only on every once in a while. Like, how can we, like, you have to like, yeah, it's kind of that visualization though. It's like, how do I think of this in a way that, you know, allows me to manage it, allows me to still love the light bulbs, but go be a firefly.
But recognize that I'm a firefly and then go surround myself with those fireflies.
Yeah, I just made that up and I'm really proud of it.
Good.
I like being a firefly because we're going to flutter everywhere and we're going to find like new fireflies.
And sometimes you got to take a break.
Yeah, turn off that light every once in a while.
Yeah.
Let it blink.
Absolutely. Your value is not in how bright you are.
Exactly. Oh. I was like, which one should I press? Oh, wait, there's crickets. That's not the right one. But,
no, that was a good one.
I was hoping, I don't know what sound fireflies. But we're outside. We're just being fireflies outside. That's what I'm imagining. Not that the crickets are bad. They're good. But yeah, bum, 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 bum. Yeah. You know, that's amazing. And I think that's something that a lot of millennials especially can relate to is like love was connected to productivity, like how much I clean the house or how much, like basically the reward of anything came from what you did.
Yep.
That's what we mean through this. Like taking it down to like the very base of everything is like as a child kind of understanding if you showed up for someone else when, you know, you really needed to show up for yourself, but you still showed up for them anyway. Not that that's not fine to do sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you do it all the time, every single day, and then you lose yourself, it's so not fun.
It's not. And then also not only should you have shown up for yourself, the people around you should have also shown up for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole nother thing to kind of come and realize as an adult that, damn, nobody really showed up for me. And it was just me. And I kind of had to dig myself out of this hole. And now that I'm not that version that they can keep using, the version that now sets boundaries, now there's an issue.
God, they hate when you set boundaries.
Oh, don't they?
Like, we still love you, Mom and Dad. It's just that we need to be, I always go back to healthy detachment. Like, there is a healthy detachment to becoming, to me, like a functioning adult, to becoming your own self, separate from where you came from, who you came from.
Right.
And I think when that healthy detachment isn't allowed to happen, or does not naturally happen, I should say, that when, to your point, eldest daughter kind of vibes, which I feel like we all know what's, you're listening to this podcast if you're an eldest daughter, but like we all kind of know that reliance on us is what it needs to be detached at at the right time that works for both of you. And if that healthy detachment doesn't happen, if it's prolonged and then you become the parent, to your parents, or if it's too early and you become the parent to your parents, or to whoever is around you. I'm not just talking about parents, obviously, but it just feels like we recognize as millennials, because we said it before this podcast, because once again, we're besties. So we had a whole combo and I'm obsessed with it. So when we said that, it's not like we don't understand why. The resources weren't there. The understanding of mental health wasn't a conversation. But that doesn't mean that now, understanding these things, that we shouldn't engage with them now that we have the language. It shouldn't be so scary that now we have these things that we can talk about. And we still have a lot of time, and like, while we have the time, let's adjust the relationship and let's make sure that we do, present the boundaries, because we're the ones with the language of how to do that and the practice of how to do that. But it shouldn't mean that that should be respected over criticized.
Yes. And also, because you have the language, it shouldn't solely rely on the child that has that knowledge and the capacity now. If I am bringing it to your attention, then there needs to be some sort of receptiveness. So that we can move forward and we can build a real healthy dynamic. And it's really challenging when you have parents or siblings or family or anything like that just kind of want to remain in that space, and then they get upset with you or feel some type of way simply because you're bringing up something that you're no longer comfortable with, or you want to address something, or you want to have a conversation in a healthy capacity. But I think,
that's the hope.
But it's just like, just because we don't agree doesn't mean we can't talk about it.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's figure this out.
I know. And that's what we want. Like, that's the equal, that's respect is love, and love is respect. So it's just kind of, if you're in that position and you're able to respect that we want to have a productive conversation, because guess what? You love how productive I am. Let me be productive in this way. That we can really have these different relationships. And even though it does feel scary, or maybe the conversations that they had, if they ever challenged anything, and I'm just guessing at this moment, but maybe if they ever challenged something, that they would be criticized, and that's why they don't want to have the conversation, or, they didn't have that experience with their parents or whatever. And I think that the divide that's kind of going between generations right now is really sad. It makes me sad.
It really is.
I love my family.
I do too.
I just want to be a healthy adult as well.
Right.
And I want them to want that for me. And I want them to help
support me.
That.
Yes.
See?
We're besties.
You're silly. I love you.
But yes, to be able to support that in a way that's not just convenient for them. For them to show up for you in the capacity that you've been kind of looking and yearning for your whole life, and being open and not judging you because it looks different than what it looks like for them.
I will say, Mom, I'm going to call you out. So one of the and it's not even that bad. It's just like, I just wasn't really ready for it. But instead of kind of like setting up a time to have a chat, because I was pulling back and I needed to, just for my own, again, healthy detachment of becoming an adult.
Right.
That's what the only way I truly see it is healthy detachment. And so I was setting up some boundaries, and I had hurt her feelings because I said I wasn't comfortable having people stay at my home. I live in a shotgun house. There's no extra bedrooms. Like, my husband and I now both work from home. Like, it's just not a lot of space. And
Right.
I do constantly feel that I have to be, even though they don't expect it, they don't ask for it, there's nothing that they're asking for. I feel that I have to be the hostess when anyone's in my home. I think that that's natural. And I feel that I have to be kind of in a place of serving. And I'm just not always prepared for that. And especially when I don't have a lot of space or anything too. So I told her, I wasn't comfortable with anyone staying at my house any longer. And it hurt her feelings. And I didn't fully explain it. And I did also say, like, it was my husband's and my decision. It just wasn't working for us. And, my mom travels the world. So I was like, oh, she'll just stay in a hotel. Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Right.
But then I was working in my shop, and this is what I meant about calling her out. It's just like, she showed up in my shop, and then, like, I felt like, oh, she wants to have a conversation.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now. And honestly, in a space that I really created to help me heal from a lot of the parentified daughter stuff, or from the reliance on me as being the glue of the family, or the reliance on me for being the therapist of the family for a long time as well. I just felt, and I'm like, none of these are my responsibility. I took them on, and I did a great job.
You did a damn good job.
Because I tried really hard all the time. But I created a storefront and a space where I felt safe. And she entered that space, and I just wasn't prepared. So again, not really a call out. Just kind of like, I wish there was conversation around, we're both ready to have a conversation, And I probably sprung it on her like 10,000 times because I'm just a girl.
Did you guys ever circle back and get to have that conversation?
Well, we did have the conversation in the storefront, and I just let her know, like, I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, but it does hurt my feelings as well that women have been so villainized throughout my life. My mom doesn't talk to her sister. My grandma didn't talk to her daughter, so there's been a lot of abandonment that she's felt. And I also could recognize that she felt that in that moment, that I wouldn't allow her into my home. It's not that I wouldn't allow that. It's just I didn't want anybody to stay over because it's a tiny house.
Right.
It doesn't even mean forever. When I get a bigger house,
everybody's welcome.
Reassess.
Yeah.
I mean, don't go that far. But just kidding. We can reassess. And like, we have one bathroom, and we have we're just not set up for it. And it's just felt unfair that they would message me a day before. And I'm like, I have my life, and I can't prepare for this extra responsibility. So we had it, and I explained to her, that I was just going through a lot. Like last year, especially, it was last summer when we had this convo, that medically I felt really sick all of the time, and I didn't want to have someone else in my space. When I was pre-diagnosis and pre-surgery of the endometriosis, I was in labor-like pains every single day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was over 20 years of that. And so a lot of times people ask me how I'm strong or resilient or doing anyway. I'm like, because I've seen the worst, and this is not it. Because I've been in the labor with a child I never had for 20 years.
Wow.
And, that hurt in so many ways because I wanted to be a mom so bad. But also the fact that I was just struggling to relate to my own mom through infertility and through, my brother had a baby, and we're obsessed. She's amazing. Like my mom's granddaughter, I'm just like, that's fine. You can spend time on everybody else right now. I just need to have my full boundaries up and my full thing because I haven't protected myself, and I have to figure out what's going on medically.
Yeah.
And even though my mom's in the medical field, as someone who sees their kid sick, I can only imagine how you don't want to see that. So there were so many times when she just didn't want to engage with it, and I wish she would have because I trusted her medical advice. But I can also understand how a parent wouldn't want to see their kid sick or believe that. So it felt invalidating, not only from the medical field, but from her as well. So I told her all this stuff, and I hope she remembers it if she listens to the pod, because we had that combo. But I just needed those boundaries up so I could figure out what's going on with me. And then I could come back to a place where I can be like, hey, this is what's actually happening from objective perspectives of doctors who have done studies on me. Here's what it is. And then we could come back together more emotionally.
And were you guys able to get to that space? Like, had she?
Yeah, it hasn't even been that long. So I've only been out of surgery for a couple months, and I'm honestly still discovering a lot of that. So we had a great time at the holidays, at Christmas and everything. She gave me this beautiful painting where I completely felt seen and heard, which I love, Mom. Thank you so much. And I just felt like it was nice, but I still need more time to figure out what's going on with my body. And I've been to 3 doctor's appointments this week.
Yeah.
And
you're allowed to do that.
And that's what I wanted to explain to her is like, this actually has nothing to do with you in the best way. Just like, I just need my time to figure this out without external influences. Other than my doctors, who are the ones doing the test and the ones that are finally, after all this time, validating it.
Yeah. But whenever you have to parent your parent, it's hard for them to see that you're your own individual person because they've become so attached to you. It's like,
yeah, I came from you. I get it.
I'm my own person. I have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I felt upset that they would really treat my brother's jobs as super important. And it just felt like as I was going through figuring out entrepreneurship, because I didn't come from an entrepreneurship background. My family, my grandma was like an antique dealer, so like she did a little bit, but it just wasn't the same. There was no
grandma had her toe in there. She was trying. She did a little something.
She was trying. So it's not like there just wasn't advice, and there wasn't understanding around the idea of this being, it's truly just a lifestyle. It's the growth. It's like allowing it to expand, allowing the process to feel uncomfortable, and they didn't want me to be uncomfortable. Like I can stem it all back to being protective and being, loving, but it never came off that way when I was like in the thick of it.
Right.
And trying to make something new out of nothing.
Right.
And also trying to heal my own trauma from all of it. And from my own experience and just, and now I never feel like I can't call them or anything like that, but they are on cruises all the time. So I don't know in the world where they are.
Come
I love you,
but she needs you.
But, if I'm only able to talk to you like one day a month because you've been on an international trip, I'm just not really sure. Yeah. And that's fine. Like if they want to have that time, I need this time for me.
Right.
And there's nothing about that I'm concerned with. I'd like to bring them information and then let them know how to help me manage it versus us trying to figure it out together. That's just not really.
But I mean, there's a part of it where you're just like, that's my parent. Even if you don't necessarily understand the capacity of what I'm going through, I want to be able to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to tell you. And
I
don't
can
have
rationalize it like I just did.
And I don't have that either. It's really challenging, especially when you're going through some of the hardest moments of your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just want that comfort.
Yeah.
I want my mom or I want my dad or I want whatever to just kind of like love on me and see me. And
it hurts. It's like it's a wound that I can't fill. That no one else can. Hey, Moneymaker. You know how Angie had her list? Angie's list was filled with amazing businesses that you could trust. Well, we've got ours, and it's all woman-owned. Introducing the WOW directory on womanownedwallet.com, a national listing of woman-owned businesses from coast to coast. Whether you're a service provider, a product queen, creative entrepreneur, or coach, this is where you get found. And if you're a shopper, this is where you go to find your next new favorite business. So the more we use it, the more we keep our money circling in the hands of women. So if you believe in voting with your dollars and building a future where women thrive, get listed, get shopping, and let's grow this thing together. Head to womanownedwallet.com and click the directory to join or explore, because it's a great day to shop and be woman-owned.
Hi, this is Genevieve Jacobson. I was curious what event you're doing next that will be a tour in Nulu. Today is a wonderful day for women-owned businesses around the world.
No one else can.
No one, because they're your parents.
Yeah, the amount of times I've told my husband I just want my mom, but I need my mom in an emotional capacity, and we weren't in that space at that moment. But I just want someone that's going to, be there and love me unconditionally and all of those things. And not that she does it in her own way. Again, I just rationalize everything because I'm not trying to make.
Right, absolutely.
I love her. And it's just not where we are in this moment. And I think what's good is that I'm going through a lot of these things now. And yes, I do cry out for my mom. So, Mom, just so you know, I still cry out for you. Your little baby girl still cries out.
We all do.
We all do.
We all do.
It's such a natural response. But I also am very grateful for the care team that I finally have. I'm very grateful, beyond grateful for the supportive partner that I have, because I can't tell you how many times that, our hyper independence individually could have torn us apart, and it hasn't. And he's cared for his mom in a lot of ways. She's had like a kidney transplant and brain tumors and other things. So I know that his caretaking level is very high. But also just, there's a lot of guilt I have around from being the sick one. And there's a lot of other stuff. So it's just, it's beautiful and I'm grateful for the chosen care team that I have right now. And I'm just going to sit in that glory of that,
That's beautiful. Clap it up for your team. Yeah, absolutely.
Put it on there. Yay, go care team. It took me a long time to find the care team, but now that they're here, I have to get like 4 new tests up for my doctor's appointment yesterday. I have like 2 therapists right now, like one dealing with health stuff and one dealing with like mental health, like physical health and how to get through that. And then some with mental health. Just to release it all.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
It takes time to build that team because first you have to even recognize what you need.
Yeah.
So many people don't know what they need because they haven't even had the space to figure out what it is.
I had to learn to have needs through the eldest daughter vibes. I was like, oh no, it's the needs of everyone else that matter, not my own.
And you put yourself on the back burner and you just continue to show up and show up and show up and then you burn yourself out and then you're like, well, fuck.
We just be burnt out. I'm just burnt toast over here. How can you be burnt toast and a breadwinner at the same time?
Look, the many faces of a woman.
I'm trying to, you know what though? I've been playing around with these fun terms, breadwinner and jam winner. And that's something my mom did tell me is that my dad paid for the bread and she paid for the jam. She paid for the sweet stuff of life. So she would pay for the vacations, the after school activities, the Halloween costumes. And I've realized through my journey, because there's so much around entrepreneurship where you need to be the breadwinner and you need to win and whatever. And I'm like, turns out I love paying for the jam.
Yeah, that's the best part.
The sweetness of the jam. It's sticky.
But you have to have the jam in there, especially as an entrepreneur, because it's always about the bread.
That's the celebrating part is the jam. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And see, even to me, the jam winner is like the community person, is the person that gets you to the new experiences, is the one that like explores. And I think we all have breadwinner and jam winner in us. And I think that that's really important to feel and to know is that we absolutely need safety and stability. And like, of course, you need those basic needs met. But when the first thing to go is the jam and like the celebration and the sweetness, and all I wanted people to remember is like, oh my God.
You are coming for that mic.
Coming for you, bitch. Just kidding. But spread a little bit of that jam onto, even if it's burnt toast, it'll taste better.
It tastes a lot better.
It tastes a lot better. I thought I could talk with my hands on this podcast. Apparently, I'm just going to have a fight with my microphone. But yeah, I just feel like there's both in everyone, and engaging with both for everyone is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially as an entrepreneur, like we were talking about, it's hard to celebrate yourself. How do you celebrate when you feel like you did something good? Because you challenged me with that, and I was like, I don't know.
So I celebrate small things and big things. I used to only wait to celebrate the big things because I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. I'm not worth it until I achieve this. Absolutely not. I celebrate all of the small things first, right? And that could be because I had the courage to connect with someone that I typically wouldn't have, or I had the capacity to go through my email inbox. And I am able to clear that. Just the small things, you know what I mean? Because
are you one of those people that clears it out every, not every day, but
I have to.
I hate having notifications on my phone.
It's overwhelming.
The people that have like 200 calls and like 300 text
and
messages.
3,000 emails. How are you surviving? How are you surviving?
That's part of our trauma for sure.
I have to get it done. It has to be clear.
If it's done, I don't have to fucking think about it. And then I can relax.
And also, too, I don't want the things just sitting in there because then I could be missing out on something great.
Yeah.
Something could have passed me by, or I may have need to be informed about something. There's just so much happening in an email inbox, and I would be absolutely crazy if I just let that pile up to 3,000 emails. I can't do that.
I can't do it either.
No.
At least separate them out. You know what I mean? Like important ones. I don't know. But when I see that on people's phones, they're like, I'm that kind of person. I'm like, I thought I was turns out I'm a type A person.
I'm type A with a splash of type B.
I like a type B sometimes. I like to be flowy.
Like a splash, yeah.
Like see how the day goes.
Yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't happen super often because I still need that organization. I need some structure,
Maybe that's our breadwinner and our jam winner.
It is.
The flow is the jam.
Mm-hmm. You have to have a little bit of both to be successful.
Yeah.
You have to have a little bit of both to just be happy.
I think to be, minimum, content. It'd be nice to be happy. But how much jam you put on there. Maybe add some butter, Maybe butter's the next tier.
What's the butter?
Listen, I'm trying to come up with all of it in the moment. Well, I did a whole keynote on being a jam winner and to a room full of women and like the way that they understood it and got it, because then I went into this whole idea of like, there's 4 types of jam and you are one of these 4 personality types typically. And of course you can be mixed jam. Don't even worry about it. I'm not trying to like
put everybody in a box.
Yeah, but I'm trying to put you in a jar and make you be jam. But like I was trying to explain like there's cherries, strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. And like it depends on have you seen that TikTok sound that's like, looks like a cinnamon roll, is a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Looks like a cinnamon roll, could kill you.
Yes.
Looks like they could kill you,
is a cinnamon roll.
Looks like I could kill you, would kill you. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's the vibe. You have a vibe. So I'm like, oh, I'm a strawberry. I look like a cinnamon roll and I am a cinnamon roll. I wear all my seeds. My heart is my seeds and I wear it on my sleeves.
Yeah.
And I just put it all out there.
See, I'm a looks like they could kill you and is a cinnamon roll.
See, I feel like you might be strawberry vibes too.
Yeah.
But you want to be, that's a raspberry.
Is it?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I made it up.
I love that.
So like you look, like raspberries look kind of intimidating on the outside, but they really are like super sweet on the inside. But they give a little bit of like, hold on.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get to know you a little bit first.
Let me open up.
Yeah.
And then you can taste the sweetness of this jam.
Absolutely.
And then blueberries look like a cinnamon roll, but could kill you.
Oh.
It's the opposite. And then cherries, because they have a big pit on the inside that they're really protective of.
That makes sense.
Looks like they could kill you.
Will
kill you. Yeah. They literally will kill you.
Yeah.
So when you go into these, so I was telling everybody, I was like, there's a 4-pack of jam, and that's what makes a fruitful relationship. It's like a fruitful kind of community of sorts. And I'm like, it's hard to have 2 strawberries together. So actually, I'm kind of glad that you identify not as a strawberry because like, we get nothing done.
we wouldn't. It would be all whimsy, no work.
Exactly. I'm too much whimsy. A little bit of work.
Just a little bit.
That's why you're asking if I could delegate. I'm like, yeah. I distract everybody. I'm the personality hire in my own companies. I distract everyone.
That is hilarious.
Shit. Actually, the perfect 4-pack I had when I had 3 full-timers, we were each one of these, which just made so much sense in my brain right now. I was like, no wonder it was working so well.
You need a little bit of everybody in there.
Yeah.
But I think so many people think they have to fit into, I have to be a strawberry, or I have to be a blueberry, or I have to eat.
And it depends on which like group you're in.
Yeah.
Adjust,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never going to be a cherry.
Yeah.
Because I just can't.
Yeah, no, same.
It's too much the opposite.
I'll pass.
But I don't know. I was actually like telling my mom about this at Galentine's, and I was like, I think she might be like maybe a strawberry too. But then I was like, maybe she's more protective on the inside, so maybe she's a blueberry. But my grandma, who raised her, and in a way, because we were all 30 years apart. Now this is a coaching session where I'm just like, therapy, thank you, I needed it. But we were all 30 years apart, so it always felt like 2 on 1. Like my grandma and my mom would quote unquote gang up on me and criticize me. Me and my grandma would do it to my mom. My grandma, and then me and my mom would do it to my grandma. And I was like, oh, 3 is not the right number.
Yeah, you need a 4th.
You need a 4th because the 4th helps you understand. That's what the balance is the 4th, and it rounds it out super nicely. And I feel like that understanding of like a cherry can help a strawberry understand each other because they have a blueberry and a raspberry too. Yeah. I hope you guys are following this.
But that's why too, I really love.
I feel like, oh my gosh, Chonice gets it.
Yes.
She's like,
that's why though, wow, is just so incredible because you have the ability to have all of those different jams all in the same space, and you're creating this community.
Sesh.
Yes.
Sorry, I fucking love puns. That's my dad and me. I'm just like, what's a punny joke we're gonna tell? Let's have a jam sesh.
Yes.
Oh, it's so cute.
Love it. It is cute.
It is the whimsy.
You might have to like add some fruit or something too.
Have I already drawn them? Yes.
Oh.
Am I working on a book for them? Yes.
Ooh.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Now that I said it.
Now you have to do it.
I wrote a kid's book last year, and it's about Penny the piggy bank and her 2 twin piggy bank little sisters. Maxie, she spends every cent she gets, and Minnie will not spend a cent. And I introduced it to my family at Pink Miss Bash because guess what? It's a story of our family. And so my mom and my older brother spend every cent, and my younger brother and my dad spend no cents. And I've been in the middle being Penny, trying to help them figure it out. And my grandma, my dad's mom, she passed before I was born, but she had copper red hair, so she went by Penny, like as like a nickname. So like when I showed this to my dad, like my dad's a sentimental man. I like that Wicked song is about my dad. The sentimental man. But like I feel that same sentimentality, and this feels very much like the legacy. And so I'm like, oh, this is just going to be another book about Penny educating her sisters on, because I always wanted sisters, on how to like create a fruitful community. That's and beautiful. Like all benefit each other.
Isn't that what all of this really is though?
Yeah.
Is just making your personal life a testimony.
Yes.
So that other people can learn from it.
I'm trying to be seen and heard.
Yes.
I was like, it's not that I need attention. I just need, that's what makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, you will see me and you will hear me. And they saw and heard that book so beautifully.
That's awesome. My mom's Maxie.
Yeah.
I think most of my family's Maxie.
See, and I feel like when you can see yourself in something that you're just like, again, it's like, it's just a fun way to interact with yourself and how to see yourself in the way that you truly are, and then how to present that to the world.
And then, if you want to make some adjustments, if you're Maxie, but you're trying to be an entrepreneur or buy a house or something like that, you can't keep being Maxie. You got to make some adjustments.
You got to be Penny. Yeah, you got to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Because the middle is the gray area, and that's where everything actually happens.
It really is.
Nothing happens in the
extremes.
I mean, people want stuff to happen in the extremes, but I'm like, nobody really enjoys that.
No.
It doesn't
it's like
get you anywhere.
The highs and the lows, and it's just so up and down. The gray area is exactly where all of the sustainability happens.
Yeah. Well, now that I've told you my whole fucking story, I want to hear it. They've already heard it, so sorry, y'all. Well, I guess not all of it because I haven't recorded in a minute, but I'm glad to know that. But yeah, that's how the story kind of came about, was like growing up in that environment. So as you were growing up, like, do you have money memories like growing up? Like, how was it treated? How was it talked about? And kind of, I'm trying to find how that manifests in your life now.
So I'll tell you exactly how it manifests in my life. So
manifest it.
Money in my household, it was a tool to purchase things. It was never looked at as like a tool to invest or to be smarter or more strategic. It was always just the more money you have, the more shit you buy.
The more things. Yeah.
And the way that a lot of people in my family show that they love or they care for you is by purchasing things.
Yeah, gift giving.
And because that was what I grew up with, my money mindset was, if I don't earn it, if I'm not a good person, I don't deserve to have money.
Oh, if I'm not a good person.
Oh, yeah. That one was a tough one to get around,
sucks
right?
To hear, yeah.
Yeah.
To feel.
Because you think, as soon as I'm not doing something, especially when you add the people pleasing in there, and then you add the minimizing yourself, you add not knowing who you are, you add all of these different variables. And then you put that all into a money mindset. So then you get to a point to where you're like, I am not worthy to earn large amounts of money. I'm not worthy to be able to profit from these things that I'm producing and that I'm trying to do. So I thought that I had to work X amount of hours, because, that's what our good old country wants us to think.
Capitalism.
I had to work X amount of hours in order to earn this amount of money. And then I had to do it in this type of capacity. I had to show up like this. I had to be miserable. And I had to do what everybody else wanted me to do in order for me to be good enough to have a paycheck.
Right.
That was my mindset about money for probably up until about 4 to 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it impacted my whole entire life. And then you get the excessive spending.
Yeah.
You got to keep up with the Joneses. So I was always purchasing.
Apparently.
And who the hell are the Joneses?
I don't fucking know the Joneses.
And why are they not helping if they got all the shit they got? Okay. But anyways.
They just be showing off. Put it in the community pot. Just kidding.
Help somebody out, please.
Yeah.
I had that mindset for so long. And I had to do a lot of internal work to realize that that's why I wasn't making what I wanted to make. That's why I wasn't progressing in the way that I wanted to progress. That's why my business wasn't successful, is because I thought I wasn't worthy.
Yeah. How long have you had your business?
4 years.
So it was right at the same time.
At the same time. That shift happened right as I was starting to get into it. So I did MVP I signed up for it in 2022. I competed in one in 2023. And that's about when I was starting to build everything. I didn't even know that I wanted to move into the business sector. I just knew that I wanted to help people, right? Because we all lead with our passion.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to help people. And then it kind of just developed over time. But all of that was just happening, just having to shift that mindset and understand that, one, stop trading your time for your money. Two, I have to understand that I don't have to look, do, and be a certain type of way in order to be able to earn that money.
Yeah. Not me writing this down in my diary tonight.
It's really exhausting.
Hey, Moneymaker, did you know that one of the most powerful things you can do with your dollar is decide where it goes? Introducing the Woman-Owned Wallet Tour, your new favorite way to explore cities through the lens of woman-owned. From cafes and boutiques to salons and sweet spots, we're mapping out the baddest businesses powered by women. Think of it as a self-guided tour meets empowerment hour. Grab your friends, your wallet, and your walking shoes, because we've done the research so you can do the shopping. Every stop you make puts money directly into the wallets of women, and around here, that's the goal. Ready to walk the walk? Visit womanownedwallet.com or come into our storefront in Louisville, Kentucky, and start exploring woman-owned businesses near you. Thanks for calling Woman-Owned Wallet, the hotline.
Women forever. Love us. Bye. This store is very amazing. It's so cool. Your shop is the cutest. I love all the pink. And I love that you're supporting women. Keep on doing what you're doing. All right, bye.
It's really exhausting.
It is.
Because you're in your head all of the time. Every email you send, every new aspect you bring to your business, every part of you is second guessing your worth. Then you downplay your pricing and you're giving these people all of this extra and you're barely getting paid anything. I remember at one point, I was charging people $50 for me to go and speak for an hour.
Oh, goodness.
$50, Amanda. Because I thought that I wasn't worthy of earning more than that.
Were you charging $50 an hour at the time, and so you just put it on that? And not to include like all the travel time there and all the time you had to prepare.
You had to prepare the keynote and then all of the things and then I'm a very interactive type of speaker because I can't stand speaking at someone.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything at you.
No.
I want to do it with you.
I want you to be involved and I want you to really take so much away from this and learn and not even realize you're learning all of these things. And you're just, like, wow, I really enjoyed that. So I'm a very interactive speaker, and making it interactive and all of the things. And I'm one that I love to like give gifts and props and goodie bags and all of the things. And I'm doing all of this. And
now you're negative $400. I know. Dude, can I tell you, I actually still feel kind of weird about it. Last week, the Kentucky Department of Economic Development, Kentucky, I forget what the acronym is, association, whatever. They reached out to me last fall and they were like, yeah, and it was a friend, it was over text. And so I was like, yeah, I'll speak at whatever. And, just not thinking about it, not having this like whole healing, kind of closing the store and then realizing I really needed to heal and I really actually need a lot of rest. And if I'm going to go out, it really does take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So I like talked to their team who had let go of my friend by the time we chatted. So then I'm talking to somebody new, and we were totally polite, totally civil. Nothing's wrong.
Right.
But in our conversation, after our conversation, which is on me too, but I realized that I would have been the only person in the room not being paid for my perspective. And
why was that?
So everyone that would be in the economic development department for Kentucky would be being paid by the city, by the state. The other two speakers both work for the city or the state. I'm not sure. I think both for the city. And I respect them and love them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like just so prestigious that I get to like be on the same stage. It was with my girl Gretchen, and she's been on the pod and I'm obsessed with her. So of course I'm just like, you guys think I'm cool?
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Like, that's so kind. And then but when I realized that, and then she was just like, well, there's no budget for this. And you didn't tell us when it first started. I was like, hold on. We also need to change this conversation then. There is a budget for it. You were offering me lunch, and not that I always need to be paid for everything. I do plenty of stuff that's not, but it wasn't up front, and then when I don't want to be the only one in the room not being paid. If we're doing something all together, like I fucking get it and I'm down, but like I can't be the only one in the room. And I keep going back to that because that is so against everything that I talk to every single person about, and how to help them negotiate and how to help them feel worthy of it. And I realized that I was worthy of it. And I gave a quote. It was like $300. And that was because they wanted me to hang out from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh.
So all I did was make 6 hours at $50 to your point.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, oh, I guess I can hang out. Like, I was curious, but then I'd realized like the two women speaking that I know, I've heard these speeches, and not that I wouldn't want to hear them again and respect them and be there, but also like it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy for me to be in a flare up of my disease and to show up somewhere where I would think I could help my cause because I'm talking to the Economic Development Center. This is where I feel weird about it. I think I could have helped my cause by doing it for free, but I also think I hurt my cause by doing it for free. And so I said that, and then she kind of came back, and, I left him hanging, like, on me. I don't do that. So I also felt weird about that. But I wasn't going to nominate another entrepreneur and be like, go call them when they're not paying anything to share your, like, I every day am working in economic development and community engagement, and you're asking for me to create slides and to have some kind of presentation. Like, that takes me a lot of time.
Absolutely.
And not that I shouldn't be doing that. I can listen to me.
Listen,
every
you don't need to
single
justify
time.
it.
I fucking justify
Stop
everything.
justifying it. Yes, they should have paid you. That's the
should
end
have
of the
fucking
story.
But they said they had no budget. And I was like, you're paying all these people to come from all over this state to sit in a room for 6 hours. You have a budget.
They do. They just didn't want to include you in that budget. And then they also, on top of that, thought that they were approaching the type of person that would go ahead and willingly do it without getting paid.
Exactly. And I'm like, how many times you know what the city just did to me? They just put construction, actually it was a state road, construction in front of my business for 1.5 years, and it cost me $150,000, like in revenue drop.
Yeah.
And I had to let go of 3 people that were my jam sesh that could have made so much more impact. So if you won't even have $300 to hear the story that I wasn't even going to tell that exact story. I have this map I made of all the Nulu businesses and how it's grown, and that's what we were going to talk about.
Right.
And in that way, I'm like, okay, I could have like push my mission forward. But I also do that every day by myself, and within my own community of people that are telling me to let them pay let them pay me. And I'm just like, I'm just in a space where I just don't want it at this moment. Like, it'll come, like, please help me out. But, like, please value this.
Yeah.
But also I'm just in this transition. So I felt so weird about it for a little bit. And I still do, because I think I could have helped my cause, but going back to them, and they were a little sassy. I was in the cardiologist's office I had to get a little heart monitor because I had so many heart palpitations. Mm-hmm. I was sitting there and I responded to the email. Shouldn't have done that. But I was just like, when I do think there should be a speaker fee included next year,
yes.
I would be happy to work with y'all then. Mm-hmm. I do think it should not just be on the entrepreneur to have to ask. I think it should be explicit what's available, and that it is a, no fee available or whatever. And if we had started that place, not on a text message with my friend, because she was like, you should have told us this last fall. And I'm like, I mean, I texted my friend when I was like going through all these other things, like, it just was exploratory. It wasn't like
you were signing the contract.
I didn't sign any contract.
Yeah.
I didn't sign any contract. I just said, sure, to a friend. Mm-hmm. And like, now it just felt like they were trying to just place this blame on me. And I was just like, well, chill out. We could both figure this out. Mm-hmm. And you're still going to talk about something in this meeting. It was like 30 minutes that you wanted me to talk. And then you wanted me to take questions from people all over the state. And I said, then at least pay some of my sales taxes. Mm-hmm. Then at least help me pay, at least help me get out of debt for all the things that I've had to learn, that y'all get paid to sit in a room and learn from someone not. And it still feels weird to me. And it's not, I think it's the economic development piece that I'm like, I want to get that out there. Mm-hmm. But I also don't want to be taken advantage of in any of these situations. And by standing up for myself, I'm standing up for other entrepreneurs and allowing them the opportunity to change this for the future.
Yeah, I don't think that
my tummy is rumbling about it.
I don't think that you should feel bad about that in any capacity, because they were definitely trying to take advantage of you. Especially because if you were worthy enough to get up there, just talk to all of those people that they're bringing in across the entire state, how are you also not worthy enough to be paid for your knowledge?
Right? I'm like, you want practical perspective and advice? Mm-hmm. Hello? Mm-hmm. Happy to provide. Yeah. I just think because I wanted to provide it, that's where I feel like a little...
Right, because you're being tugged back and forth between this is my purpose, but also too, this is my value, right? And you can still be aligned with your purpose and have your value there at the same time. That's a really difficult space to navigate. Yeah. But you have to go through experiences like that so that you put your foot down, so that you're more comfortable to do that in the beginning. And now if someone ever approaches you like that, I guarantee you in the beginning, you're going to talk numbers out the gate.
Yeah. And I usually do, like, I think I just got caught off a little bit where I'm just like, hey, I just want to know what's up. Like, what should I be expecting? Yeah. And if it's nothing and I can make sure that it works for me, that's a different situation. But this wouldn't have been that. Right. Like, I was taking this over other things. And I spent most of that day in my bed because I was having a massive flare up anyway. So I was like, okay.
They wanted your expertise, but they didn't want to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so when we were starting, we were talking about this because now I am just in a coaching session. And I'm like, I actually do need some advice. It's like, I really am trying to figure out how to charge for services. Like we were chatting about a little bit before. I keep fucking saying that. Sorry, y'all. At least I'm bringing it up now. But I feel like I've always sold product, and now people are requesting. Like, I've given multiple keynote speeches. I've hosted nonprofit, like, auction kind of things or events. And I don't, again, it's not payment or not payment. It aligned and I felt good about it and fine. But I don't really know how to feel confident in selling my expertise. I really think that's probably what it is. Whereas, like, I've been selling my own art for such a long time. I understand that and I make it. And then I'm like, yeah, it matters. See?
So when you first sold that first piece of art, were you confident then?
I sold a headband for $2 in my dorm room. Out of my dorm room.
So this doesn't come overnight, right? This confidence that you built up to get to that point to where you had your storefront, that doesn't come overnight. Yeah. It's only going to come after you continue to request. Put your foot down and request what you're worth. Ugh. It's going to be ugly and uncomfortable. That's why a lot of people stop.
That's why we stop.
Yeah, they stop.
How come I sell this to everybody else? Just like everybody else. I can say it to y'all, but I can't.
It's harder when you have to apply it to yourself.
And it wasn't even like I asked for thousands. You know what I mean? Which
even if you
still
did,
would be, should be on the table, you know?
Absolutely.
But I'm like, because the value of what they're asking for is all of this. But then
So then it sounds like then you need to get back to the core of what your value is.
Yeah.
What is your value? Which you don't have to answer that now because that's going to take you some time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you need to sit down.
Like, oh gosh. Put me on the spot. No, just kidding.
Sit down with yourself and like really evaluate what you have to offer, right?
Yeah.
And then map it out for yourself. Okay, I do this. This is what it takes. This is what I need to do to prepare for it. If I have to travel, if I'm going to different city states, whatever, and map out exactly what that looks like. And then you just got to be comfortable asking for it.
And then text it to you.
Yep. And then I'll confirm that's good to go.
Validate. Or you'll be like, bitch, double it.
I'm always here for double it.
I'm always here for that too.
Because we undervalue
undervalue it.
Yeah.
I think I've just been undervalued so long that I'm just, that's what created the burnout. That's created the exhaustion as we were talking about it. It's just like.
Everybody else has done it to us. So it's like, it's almost a habit.
Yeah. Doing it to myself didn't feel, it felt wrong. It felt
normal.
To step up. And I'm like, I step up all the time. What?
And then if this was someone else, what would you tell them?
The same thing you told me.
Double it, triple it.
Why are you only asking for your bare minimum?
Absolutely.
I was so sappy and like crying this morning. I was like, where am I at in this cycle? What's up? And I was like, I just have been like open. And like, I opened a bunch of stuff this week in therapy and stuff. And I'm just like, great. Ugh.
Yeah. But that means you're about to transition.
I know, right? I'm like, it means I am brave and courageous for even opening it.
Yep.
And that I'm in it. And that's fine. I like to be in it. We talked
about yesterday, the slingshot. That means you're about to be propelled forward.
I do. I heard that somewhere random over the last 17 years of like thinking of yourself as like when you do pull yourself back from situations or, and to your point, like this could just be part of my slingshot moment of like, the feeling of uncomfortable is the pulling back and then the release forward. It's like going from having a storefront to now going more into the content, more into the YouTube world and the podcast world even further, even though I've had this podcast for 4 years. It feels very foreign because it does feel tied to my self-worth in a way that having a product didn't.
Yeah. Because you have to be raw here. You have to be vulnerable. In your storefront, you just come in, sell something.
Yeah.
Be kind to someone, and that's done.
Yeah.
Here, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to give them the real and the raw.
I'm giving it to y'all.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
Thanks for coaching me today, bestie.
Of course. Of course.
My heart is like.
It's what I do. I love
Amanda. So happy to have it.
It's what I do. I love doing it so much.
I know.
It just comes out. It exudes in me naturally. Even if I don't know you, even if you're not even trying to go down that route, there's just something in me that pulls it out of people. And I just love it.
Yeah. It's that raspberry.
I love it.
I know. And usually I'm sitting on your side where I'm like pulling it out too. But I'm like, I just needed you today. I needed you in this moment. I needed this conversation. And I'm really grateful for it.
Thank you.
Thanks for being part of my care team.
I'm grateful.
Which one? Applause?
Yeah, let's do that one. No, there we go.
She was like pointing, like, give me a sound.
Let's get the sound popping for that.
I gotta like get used to doing the sounds.
I have to be like a DJ. Stickers on them.
You're right.
And label them.
You're smart. I could change these, and I need to have that, like, so I don't have to look up here. I can just press it.
Yeah.
Be ready with the comedic relief of the sounds
after trauma dumping.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need small talk. I'm like, who hurt you? Let's talk about it.
And how old were you when it happened?
Yeah. How long has this been going on? And it's not even that they did it to you, but how did you receive it? How has
that impacted how you show up in your life now?
And in so much therapy. You can tell. Just the way you approach, like, we have approached any of this is like with the openness of it. I'm just like obsessed.
That's what you have to be, though.
Yeah.
Because when you're not and you're closed off and you're not going to get very far like that.
So with Elevated Impact, do you feel like you're a therapist a lot of times, even though I know I obviously know how much that takes and I respect it so much, but like, does it feel like the coaching? Because you asked me all those questions and I'm just like spilling.
For sure. It's honestly, it's like the notch right. Like I said, I don't want to take away from anything that therapists do.
Never.
But it's literally the notch right below it.
Yeah.
Because I'm practically getting through everything that you would go through with your therapist, because we have to break down those barriers. I have to really get to know you on the deepest levels. And then I have to have not only you be honest, but I have to also be honest and transparent. But I like to say the biggest difference between me and a therapist is, they'll walk you through things and talk you through things and things like that. But I'm a very action-oriented person. And that's my coaching style. We're going to talk about it. But then after I hear you complaining or saying the same thing on repeat after so many times, okay, let's create a plan.
Yeah.
Let's create an action behind it so that you don't have to keep feeling like this or you don't have to keep going through those things. So that's why it's really important that I work with people that are ready to make the change, because you have to really, really want it more than anything, because we're going to come up with an action plan and I'm going to make sure that you follow it. I'm the type that's going to check in and make sure, and you know what I mean? And if it's not working for you, then we're going to come back to the drawing board and we'll tweak it, and then we'll move forward with the next action. But we're not going to just sit and let you become a victim of your circumstances. Absolutely not. Because you can't reach the level of success, happiness, peace, or whatever you're looking for if we're just sitting here talking about it all the time.
Yeah, it's like the accountability aspect comes along with it. Which, don't get me wrong, in therapy there's a lot of identifying the feelings and understanding how to communicate them. And that I always say that my therapist had given me a lot of like tools for my tool belt.
Right.
But yeah, you go in with different things each time. And with you, I do understand the action plan. You want to hold their hand along the journey to make sure that they make it through the journey.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's really beautiful. And in a lot of ways, people still have a lot of things around therapy and feeling like it's, somehow taboo.
A little apprehensive about it.
A little apprehensive. And do you feel like they're more open to coaching kind of? Like, does it feel more...
I feel like it feels less invasive.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of what you're talking about is working with companies, working in a career sense.
Yes, in a career sense, although some of the same type of topics may be approached, but it's not as invasive. You know what I mean? We may not necessarily get into why, unless you're wanting to, because I'm open to that too, because the deeper you want to dig, the more that I can help you overcome certain barriers. But we don't necessarily have to get into why, you felt this way at the age of 10 or trauma and things like that.
You don't have to do what I did.
We don't have to if you don't want to.
Not necessary.
It's not a requirement, but I'm definitely open to it and I encourage it.
Yeah.
Because that's when you really start healing and that's when your life really changes. But
the more you know.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more you can help someone.
Yes.
Just get open to that.
Yes. When it comes to organizations, though, it's as deep as the company's willing to go.
Yeah, of course.
So.
In a lot of situations and I kind of think it's even a good introduction, in a way, because it does have parameters in this context. If you're working with a company and you're an employee or if you're looking for that next thing, you do understand this is going to be about career, and that's what we're going to work on and that's what we're going to focus on, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And obviously you can go deeper and you can do all these things, but it is nice to have those parameters to get started. So if you've been feeling that way and you're like, man, I listen to you all the time, but I don't know who to call. One, you can call me on for hire, but I don't do what Elevated Impact does. I don't do what Chonice does. So you need to be calling her.
Yes.
You just heard her walk me through a bunch of my shit. And also really helped me because my belly feels a little bit better. Because, you get a little not butterflies, but I fake threw up 20 times.
That's one of the main spaces that we hold the
knows.
Trauma, the anxiety. It's all in your gastro.
Yeah, she knows. She said, it's not right.
You have to get it all into alignment. The what you put into your body has to be well-rounded and healthy. What you're consuming, that means the social media, ladies and gentlemen, okay? What you are consuming and the people you surround yourself by is impacting you far more than you realize. The top 5 people, think of the top 5 people that are in your life. Those are the 5 people that you're the most like. So if you don't like what those people are doing in their life, for their life, or anything regarding their life, you are becoming that subconsciously. So you might have to shift some of those people. Does that mean setting boundaries? Does that mean sometimes losing relationships? Some of the relationships that I had 5 years ago are not the same relationships that I have now. You know, a lot of things have shifted and changed, but I've become the fullest, most authentic version of myself within that.
Yeah.
So I'm
that
very
makes
grateful.
me happy for you.
Yeah.
Like that's that's what I want everybody to feel.
It's so powerful. And a lot of people don't have the opportunity or pleasure to feel that in their lives.
Yeah.
To feel that just peace, to feel home. I feel home in my body.
Same. Okay, good. And I was trying to explain it to somebody recently, and I was like, you know how that you have that pit in your stomach, you know, and you have it so long. Like, I don't have a pit in my stomach anymore. This one situation, I had some butterflies, but like, I can like breathe deeper and more into my body because I've been through a lot of healing situations. And there's always going to be more to go, but it is. I trust myself, and I trust, you know, the person that I've become. And that trust is respect, and that respect is love. And that's really deep. And you can almost sense it now in other people. I'm like, but I don't know how to get anybody else to that place without, a lot of hand holding and a lot of therapy and a lot of Chonice in your life.
And even with me helping you, get to that space, you have to want it more than you want anything.
Sometimes I relate it to being if you're uncomfortable already and you have to go be uncomfortable to deal with it, just trade one uncomfortable for another.
Yep.
Just trade.
I like that.
Because you're already uncomfortable. So if you're going to go do something new and be uncomfortable, you already know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And do you want to keep having that pit in your stomach? Do you want to keep feeling uncomfortable? Being comfortable in yourself takes a lot of work, but like if you're uncomfortable, just trade it for another one to be able to heal it.
A lot of times though, because although it's uncomfortable, it's normal.
It is.
It becomes your normal, so you're consumed by it, and you're like, although this is making me miserable, this is all I know. And then you get stuck in that endless loop.
Yeah.
You know, and I was in that loop. I was in it hardcore. I was in the sunken place where I'm like, well, I guess I'll just be miserable. I guess I'll just hate my job. And it was making me physically sick, like kidney physically sick type of issues. Yeah. And it wasn't until I just put a halt to it all, that all of those things, you would be surprised the way that our mental health impacts our physical health.
Oh, yeah.
It's your nervous system.
It all goes together.
It controls everything. So if you are not okay mentally, baby, you are not okay physically.
Let's just take a deep breath together. Blew right into the microphone just for you guys.
You hear all that hot breath?
Hot breath. Well, again, thank you so much, Chonice, for coming on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a pleasure. I honestly forgot I was even on a podcast.
I know, right? It's like we pinky promised and then everything else happened. I'm into it. Well, you know, I love to talk about how to put money into your wallet because we are on Woman Owned Wallet, the podcast. So how can they hire you? How can they follow you? How can they put money into your wallet?
Oh my goodness. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. I am Elevated with CeCe. I know my name is Chonice, but everybody calls me CeCe. That's been my nickname since I've grown up. And it just makes me feel at home when people call me CeCe. Oh, I love it.
CeCe.
Yes, I love it. It just makes me feel loved. It's like a big warm hug. But you can follow me on all of my socials. And if you want to put money in my pocket, you can go to my Linktree and you can book me for a consult. You can book a group session. You can also download my 90-day reset guide. That is free. I have a free personality test up there as well. So you can kind of see where you lie when it comes to your own personal traumas and barriers. And then you can reach out to me and then we can get something started. I have group coaching sessions. I have one-on-one if you really, really need some additional insights, but you guys can pour in however you want to.
Pour in. Pour into her pockets.
Because when you pour into my pockets, I'm able to pour back into yours.
Yeah.
And one thing that I really want to mention that I'm really, really, really excited to kind of get started, putting money back into other people's pockets is also very important to me.
Yeah.
Because I come from a community where that was not the case. And we didn't learn how to manage money properly and the importance of investing and all of those things. So I am going to be coming out with a scholarship program.
Oh, nice.
And within this scholarship program, I will select a few people, probably anywhere between 2 to 4 per year. And you will go through my complete coursework and you will take this 100% for free. And once you complete it and you are able to pass this coursework, you'll learn about emotional wellness, mental health, physical health, all of the things, money management. You'll learn about all of these things just so you can have a well-rounded life. And then at the end of completing that course, you will earn a scholarship. Half of that scholarship will automatically be invested for you, into a brokerage account. And then the other half, you can do whatever the hell you want to do with it because we all need a break sometimes.
Yeah, get that celebration on for all the things you did to show up for yourself in all of those moments. That's beautiful.
Yes.
I feel very inspired by that. And I don't know, I'm going to do something similar in some way. I was like, let's put pennies in the piggy bank and let's break it open. Like,
let's do it. I need sponsors for the scholarship, so let's do it.
Listen, as soon as I feel comfortable getting more money, we find you some sponsors.
Absolutely.
If you're listening and you want to be a sponsor, of course.
Yes, just hit me on Instagram, Elevated with CeCe.
Elevated with CeCe?
Yes.
I love it, CeCe. Wow. I'm going to use your nickname now.
Yes, please.
Because we're besties.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I love it. Well, I don't have a ton of nicknames for Amanda, but we'll find.
Mandy? Has anybody ever called you that?
Oh, I hate Mandy.
You hate Mandy?
Yeah. Manda. You know, Panda. Okay. My mom calls me Panda.
Oh, that's cute.
My dad calls me Two.
Two?
I'm the second born.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, or Thumb, because I used to suck my thumb.
Oh, were you
for like a long time.
Really?
Totally messed up my mouth, like orthodontics for like 7 years. Or just, actually sometimes he'll answer the phone and he'll be like, is this the owner of Woman Owned Wallet?
Yes, it is.
Of course it is, Dad. You're so cute. My mom used to work at Walgreens and he'd be like, is this the corner of Happy and Healthy? I was like, he's such a dad. I love it. It's so silly.
My sister worked for Pizza Hut for a while, and every time I would talk to her, I would be like, because nobody out pizzas the Hut.
All right, let's end it there because nobody out pizzas the Hut. Well, here's my tagline. All right, moneymakers. Until next time, go out there, make that money. If you want to put more money into the wallets of women like we do, then check out our website, thewomanownedwallet.com. And we can't wait to continue the conversation on our social media. So definitely follow us on our Instagram, @womanowned.wallet, and on TikTok, @womanownedwallet. You can support us by following our podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify. And don't forget to leave us a review. Thank you for listening to Woman Owned Wallet, the podcast.